Hello, I'm Sam Neace, and this is a YouTube series that I'm putting together which focuses on some of the positive things in the county I live in, Perry County, Kentucky. Each week I'm going to go around to a different community in Perry County and just sort of highlight some of the positive things about the community and what makes this place so great. This week we are in the Big Creek and Avawam communities, and I always love that name, Avawam. That is like the coolest name for a town ever. But we are at the center of the Big Creek and Avawam community, which would be the elementary school. This is where it all happens, and the community is involved in everything that goes on here. Now, I actually lived in Big Creek 2 years of my life when I was a junior and senior in high school. Loved living here, and I worked at this school for 4 years. I worked in the preschool, which is right there, and I also worked with the Save the Children reading program. Now, this school, the community has a lot to be proud of when it comes to this place. This school, it consistently ranks as the top school in the county, and the majority of the students at this school score distinguished or proficient on the writing portfolio. So this place produces some excellent readers and writers, and among the graduates they've had attorneys, businessmen and women, they've had teachers and soldiers. All of those people became what they are today in this community and at this school. Now, one thing about the school, one of the problems that face it is that the county is considering taking some of the smaller elementary schools like this one, closing them and consolidating them into one large central school. A lot of people in the community don't want that to happen, and I can understand the reason why. This is such a part of their lives. You see parents here all the time, not just at parent-teacher meetings or not just at ball games, but with everything that the school does. And with the school producing the results that it's produced, I can understand why the people want it to stay open. Behind me is the Avawam Volunteer Fire Department. Now, here in southeast Kentucky, we have one of the best networks of volunteer fire departments, I think, in the whole country. You've got to consider that the men and women who work at these places are volunteers. They have other jobs that they do to make a living, but none of them treat their work for the fire department as a hobby or something they do in their spare time. It's something they're very passionate about, serious about, something they're very good at. And I know here at the Avawam Fire Department, they have a reputation for being really quick onto the scene and really efficient with their work. And you know, all around us, we have mountains and forests, so forest fires are a big problem here. It's the work of fire departments like this one that keeps the forest fires from becoming more disastrous than what they are. Now, one problem that faces our fire departments here in Perry County is that the government really doesn't give them as much funding as they should. I know with a lot of the fire departments it would be nice, and they would like it, if each fire department was able to upgrade the equipment so that when they came to work together on something like a forest fire, they could use each other's equipment efficiently. But regardless of the lack of funding that they do receive, they still come together, they make things work. They are a true testament to the bravery, the intelligence, and the care that exists in the community. So I certainly applaud the Avawam Volunteer Fire Department. This is the Avawam Youth Center, and it is owned and operated by the Avawam Pentecostal Church, and this is a great thing. When I was a teenager, they would hold basketball leagues here. They would have youth basketball leagues and adult basketball leagues, and I think I still hold the record here for most shots blocked, having them blocked, not being the one to block them. And I think I am also still the only person in this building's history to ever airball a slam dunk. But we had such a great time here. It gave us something to enjoy and to look forward to. And you know, when you hear people talk about a drug problem, they say one way to combat it is to bring more stuff in for young people to do. Now, that won't totally eliminate your drug problem, but it does help. You know, the things they had going on here at the youth center when I was a young man, those were things that I looked forward to and things that I focused my time and energy on. Now, the problem with a place like this, when it's owned by a separate entity like a church or whatever, is funding, because it takes money to operate a place like this. But here's the secret. There are renewable grants out there that are available to maintain places like this right here, but they have to be written by people in the government. So it's important to have somebody in place who not only knows how to find these grants, but also knows how to write them, because I think this right here is something that every community in Perry County needs. And I definitely want to say just thank you to the Avawam Pentecostal Church for putting a great youth center right here in the community of Big Creek and Avawam. I'm back at the school, and you know, I've talked about the churches, how much this community is involved in church, and that just goes to show that the people here are good-hearted people. And it's a good thing that the people here are good-hearted people, because one of the things that the state government has been pursuing in this area is adventure tourism. And if you're going to have tourism in an area, it certainly helps if you have good people living in that community, and Big Creek certainly does. But the reason I mention adventure tourism is because you know, one of the things they've been doing ATV trails and horse trails. Our neighbors over in Knott County, they already have a successful one up and running. It's drawing a lot of people in from all over the world. Now here in Perry County, they've kind of fallen behind. But the ultimate idea with this adventure tourism plan is that they have ATV and horse trails that connect the counties. They run through each county in this area. Now, if that's going to happen here in Perry County, this is a prime community, because you have land that's already developed by the mining that has been done here, the mountaintop removal. And just over here on the other side of Avawam is Leslie County. If you go across this developed land where they've done the strip mining, you'll go through the Four Seam community, and on the other side you are almost to the Knott County line. So if you want to develop ATV and horse trails that connect the counties, you know, this is a perfect community right here, with Leslie County on one side of it, Knott County on the other side, and already having the developed land. This will be really good for this place for a lot of reasons. First of all, it will bring in extra revenue from tourism. Secondly, it'll give us a chance to use this land that's sitting there already developed. And thirdly, and not least importantly, it'll give the people of the community a safe and fun place to ride their ATVs. The whole reason I wanted to do this is to talk about some of the positive things in the community, because the community of Big Creek and Avawam, they have a lot of reasons to be positive and to be proud. And the one thing that sticks out to me above anything else about this community is the closeness of the people. You know, we talked about the school and how involved the community is in the school. We talked about the fire department, the community center. We talked about the churches. That's the thing about this community. It's really close. The folks who live here know the names of every single student in that school, and they know the names and faces of everybody living in every house up and down the street. They share in the laughter, they share in the tears, they share in the love. And that is what makes Big Creek, Kentucky a great community to live in. We're going to focus each and every week on a different community in Perry County. So that's it. I'm Sam Neace. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.